It is Paul Conchatre here with Birdtail Waterfowl. So what I got going on here is a 20 gauge side-by-side Flintlock. Beautiful gun. It's actually a modern day gun. It's made by a company named called Pedersoli. They're made in Italy, and it took about 2.5 years for me to get this gun after I ordered it, but it was a patience game. But this gun is absolutely a ton of fun to shoot. Because it's has chrome line barrels, I'll be able to shoot waterfowl with it. So when we go out early season, before we start up, I'll try to shoot a couple teal with it. But right now, turkey season has opened up in Manitoba. We're right at the end of April right now. And I was out last weekend, I was trying to pattern this gun, and I could not get it right. It was thrown maybe like 5-6 foot patterns at like 25 yards, so terrible. Like Pedersoli said that it can take up to 70 grains of double FG powder, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is real powder, real black powder. It's not like a like a Pyrodex or something like that. So you'll see it's quite grainy, and that's what the smoothbores traditionally have always shot. If you shoot like a traditional, like a Flintlock or percussion, you usually use like a 3 FG. And then for, I guess I'm getting a little sidetracked, but talking powder, for the pan, basically you almost get like a 6 FG, and then you roll it out with a rolling pin, so it's almost like powder. So it has like a super high ignition for the spark to drop and ignite. But what I'm trying to do is basically get it to pattern properly. And last weekend was a disaster, so I didn't hunt with it. I was going to go out this week and just didn't feel right. But basically the way I'm seeing it, and after talking to my dad, he kind of said, well, you could try a shot cup, like a 20 gauge shot cup, and load it that way. So traditionally, the way you'd load it is that you do, say 70 grains of, double FG black powder. Then you put like almost like a cushion wad. So it's like a fibrous wad. It's kind of they're just almost like whatever wood kind of cellulose kind of chips or whatever dust glued together. You put that down, and then you put your shot over top. And then after that, you put, it's almost like a little paper disc. It's kind of a shot stopper kind of thing. So you push that down onto the shot so it doesn't roll out. So pretty simple, but we're gonna try it. So basically shoot it that way, show a pattern, and we'll go and try it with the shot cup. So do the same thing, 70 grains, put the shot in the cup, and then we'll put the kind of like the shots, whatever, stopper over top, and let her fly and see what it looks like. Technically, I would think that the more modern cup should produce a tighter pattern, but we'll see. Never know. But anyways, that's what I'm up to. I want to shoot a turkey with this thing, but we got to get her pretty tight. So, see how it goes. Not what I thought. That was with the wads. Pattern's not that much better. Ignition's good. Happy with that. But the pattern still sucks with the wads. So it must be powder. So let's drop her down. We're gonna do 45 grains of powder with the wads. Okay, so that was 45 grains with a conventional shot cup. It produced about a 24-inch diameter pattern, which is not too bad. You also got to take in consideration these chokes are fairly wide open, so we got to be close. But the 70 grains, it throws them like crazy. You got to go a little bit lighter powder, and that's with the shot cup, and then 1 ounce of shot. Anyways, I think we're ready. Just have to be a close turkey game. Totally excited about it. And a little bit of flashbang should be pretty novel. Be cool. Anyways, wish me luck. So I'm back at the drawing board. I've been out a few times, could have shot a tom every time I went out. So in essence, I've had my success, but I've chosen to play the variable game with this Flintlock. But it was the last time I went out where I'm like, hey, I got to go back to the drawing boards because this was terrible, embarrassing. I didn't tell many people the next day. It's taken a little bit more time to, I guess, come forward with it because it was actually, it's quite funny. But anyway, so when I load up before I go in, you know, because it's a bit of a hike where I'm hunting and it's all valleys and coulees and ravines and whatnot. So you're going up and down. So you got all your gear for sitting and then you got all your decoys and shit. So I'm walking in and my ears are so bad, I guess, from shooting and from work and whatnot, you know, and I swear to God, I could hear like pellets rolling out of my barrel while I'm walking. And I'm like, oh no, you're being paranoid. And like, I couldn't even test it, even putting a ramrod down because you just hit the top of the wad. You would never really know if it's empty or not. And so I'm like, you know, didn't really think much about it. I get into my blind, it's like a slash pile blind. And so my decoys were like 8 yards. And I'm thinking, okay, the tom he'll just hang out just a little bit, 2-3 yards in front, do his thing, and that's my shot. So it's last light. And I'm hunting right close to their roost and like last bit of water that they'll go to before they roost up. And this tom comes in, he's probably 10 feet behind me. I could just hear the buzzing and the dragging of his wingtips. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, just waiting until he comes out. He comes out, I make the shot. And when I pulled the trigger, it was like the, I'm like, what the hell was that, eh? And like these guns, just like there's a whack to them, a good punch. And it was not there, and the smoke clears, and this tom is like a silo, like freaked out. I'm like, there's not like a feather drifting in the wind or anything, and I'm like, okay, something went wrong. Got out of there, ended up going to the lodge first thing in the morning next day, and I'm driving out. I'm like, yeah, I bet you I just shot like an empty wad at this turkey. So I'm like, what the hell? So I get to the lodge. I load up powder and just a wad, no shot. And it's just like very soft push. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta figure this out. So whatever. Ended up doing a whole bunch of reading. I don't know a lot of people that Flintlock hunt or smoothbore hunt, you know, Flintlock at all. So it is going online and figuring out the science of, you know, building these loads and patterning because each gun is a little bit different. Anyway, so I learned a lot. I wish I learned this before. So I was just like running through like a pound of powder to figure it out. But I figured out why my patterns were blowing so wide. And here, I kind of laid it out. I'll show you. So this is what it is. And there's shadows and whatnot. But this is what was blowing my pattern. So this is like a cushion wad and put between your powder and your shot. So there, basically what this thing was, it was blowing right through the shot. So shot was going everywhere. So that's a disastrous scenario. Do not do that one. This is the scenario that cost me the turkey. So powder, wad, shot, and basically over the shot card. So this little disc guy. So what happened was this guy's so thin, and I think in the diameter of the barrel, if he just twists a little bit from the weight of the shot, your shot rolls out. You're done. This is what I've come up with now. So basically it's a nitro card. It's a little thicker, so it won't roll in that barrel. I guess it's just with obviously its thicknesses and diameters is what doesn't allow it. So basically that's the scenario I'm running now. And I just did a whole bunch of shooting again. And at 18 yards, I'm getting a pattern of probably 24 inches. And at 15 yards, it's probably like 18 inches. So killer, like way better. So I guess I'm kind of happy, in a way I scared the shit out of a really big turkey, but because it made me figure out that it's called a nitro card. The nitro card is like a real big component of how it patterns. You need that little bit of pressure, I guess, on the shot and the wad versus having no pressure, which is like this kind of flimsy card. So I don't know when these things really play a big scenario in this game. The nitro card is the one. So now I'm running full 70 grains, so a ton of oomph, and then the wads. So I got new wads. They actually fit my gun a little bit better. Just the diameter of them. They're all a little bit different. I've tried like 6-7 different wad, you know, manufacturers. And this is actually Winchester AA. So anyways, so I'm going to go out. I got maybe a couple more times I'll be able to get out, other than whatever rain probably knocking one of those days out, but I'm going to try. But with these guns, if you have a lot of moisture in your air, this Frism, I tell you, if there's any bit of moisture and it's a half bit wet, you get no spark and you're just going to be clacking at whatever you're trying to shoot. So they got to be super dry. And even if you cover them, it's like the moisture in the air is still enough to keep these things not creating a spark, and then you're doing nothing. Anyway, so hopefully I got one real day to go out where I know there is no rain, and hopefully I connect. Anyways, hopefully I do. Wish me luck. Well, I'm holding a 0. I never got one. Worked my butt off. Learned a ton about the Smoothbore Flintlock game. I think I got my load down right for next year. But anyways, I didn't get one. Tried hard. But where I'm at, I'm on the shorelines of Lake Winnipeg. It's an inland ocean here in Manitoba, chock full of fish. And I just went and filmed a commercial fisherman pulling his nets. And he is who we buy the walleye from that we serve in the lodge all fall. So I thought it'd be kind of cool video, and I'll put in an update video for Birdtail Waterfowl a little later. But anyways, this is Lake Winnipeg. She is a gnarly, gnarly lake, but wicked for walleye. Big greenbacks and all this. Yeah, anyways, I didn't get a turkey. Just what it is. Later.